Welcome to my channel. If you're interested in rare coins, valuable Washington quarters, coin collecting, mint eras, and hidden treasures that could be worth far more than face value, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of Washington quarters, one of America's most collected and searched coin series. From key dates and rare varieties to valuable mint eras and surprising auction records, you'll discover what makes these quarters so popular among collectors and investors. You might even have a valuable Washington quarter sitting in your pocket, coin jar, or old collection right now. So stay tuned, because this coin could be worth much more than 25 cents. Let's get started and uncover the secrets behind Washington quarters. Top 3 first up. The 1979 D Washington quarter is one of the most widely collected modern American coins. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary quarter worth only 25 cents, but this coin continues to attract attention from collectors because certain high-grade examples and era varieties can be worth significantly more than face value. While millions of these quarters were produced, and most remain common today, collectors are constantly searching through pocket change, bank rolls, old collections, and estate sales, hoping to find an exceptional specimen. The key reason collectors pursue the 1979 D quarter is not because it is rare in general, but because truly well-preserved examples are surprisingly difficult to find. Condition is everything with this coin, and the difference between a worn example and a nearly perfect mint state example can mean the difference between a value of 25 cents and hundreds or even more than $1,000. UARTA. By 1979, the United States was experiencing a period of economic uncertainty marked by inflation, energy concerns, and rising precious metal prices. The quarter had already undergone a major change in 1965, when the United States removed silver from circulating quarters and switched to a copper-nickel clad composition because silver prices had risen too high. The 1979 quarter was produced during a time when Americans relied heavily on coin-operated machines, vending machines, laundromats, parking meters, and public telephones. Demand for quarters remained extremely high, causing the U.S. Mint to strike hundreds of millions of pieces. Because so many were made, few people saved them when new. Ironically, that is one reason why pristine examples are valuable today. Most entered circulation immediately and acquired marks, scratches, and wear. Collectors today often seek the finest surviving examples because finding a nearly flawless coin from such a heavily circulated issue is challenging. Tory. Above Washington appears the word Liberty, while the motto "In God We Trust" is displayed to the left. The date 1979 appears below the portrait, and the small D mint mark is located to the right of Washington's neck, behind the ponytail ribbon. The reverse displays a heraldic eagle perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath. The eagle symbolizes strength and readiness to defend the nation, while the olive branches represent peace. Around the design appear the inscriptions United States of America, EPLUBUSUNUM, and quarter dollar. The coin has a clad composition consisting of outer layers made from 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to pure copper core. It weighs 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. The edge is reeded with small grooves around the circumference. These specifications remain standard for Washington quarters of the era, the primary coin-producing facilities in the United States. For quarters dated 1979, Philadelphia pieces generally carry no mint mark, while Denver pieces display the D. The mint mark helps collectors identify where a coin was produced and can affect value when one mint's production numbers are significantly lower than another's. In the case of the 1979 quarter, both Philadelphia and Denver produced enormous quantities, so the mint mark itself does not create rarity. However, collectors still pay close attention to mint marks because certain eras and high-grade coins can become more desirable depending on their mint of origin. Site turn 0 search 1 turn 0 search 8. Mintage numbers. The Denver Mint struck approximately 489,789,780 quarters dated 1979. That is nearly 490 million coins, making it one of the highest mintage Washington quarters ever produced. Because of this enormous production figure, the coin is considered very common in circulated grades. It is not a key date, semi-key date, or generally scarce issue. However, there is an important distinction. While the coin itself is common, examples that survive in exceptionally high mint state grades are much harder to find. This is why certified coins graded MS67 and above often command strong premiums despite the huge mintage, appearance, population, $1 to $4 depending on market conditions. About uncirculated coin can sell for around $1 to $5, on grade and quality. While MS66 coins may bring several dozen dollars, with virtually flawless surfaces, rarity can transform an otherwise common quarter into a valuable collectible. Filled mint marks are minor and do not carry substantial value, or contains a major error. Consider professional grading through organizations such as or Numismatic Guarantee Company. For storage, use archival quality holders, coin flips, capsules, or albums designed specifically for coins. Keep coins away from moisture, excessive heat, and household chemicals. The 1979 D quarter is not generally considered a major investment coin in average grades because of its massive mintage. However, high-grade certified examples continue to attract strong interest from registry set collectors. As more collectors compete for top-quality specimens, the finest surviving examples may remain in demand. The coin's investment potential, therefore, depends almost entirely on grade and rarity. Common circulated examples are unlikely to experience significant appreciation, while elite certified examples in top mint state grades can command impressive premiums because of their scarcity. Collectors focusing on quality rather than quantity often pursue these condition rarities. Next coin. The 1995 P Washington quarter is one of the most overlooked coins in American pocket change, yet it remains a fascinating piece for collectors and treasure hunters. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary quarter worth only 25 cents. Millions of people spent these coins without a second thought during the 1990s. However, the story becomes much more interesting when collectors begin searching for high-grade examples, rare mint errors, and exceptional specimens that can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Many people assume that a coin with more than 1 billion pieces produced can never be valuable. While that is generally true for average circulated examples, the highest quality 1995 P quarters are surprisingly difficult to find. This creates a situation where an extremely common coin can become a highly sought-after collectible when preserved in near-perfect condition. That is one reason collectors continue searching rolls, old collections, and coin jars for outstanding examples of the 1995 P quarter. Full history. The 1995 P quarter belongs to the long-running Washington quarter series that began in 1932. The coin was originally created to honor the 200th anniversary of the birth of America's first president, George Washington. What started as a one-year commemorative issue became one of the most successful coin designs in United States history. By 1995, the United States was experiencing economic growth and preparing for the technological changes that would soon define the late 1990s. The internet was beginning to enter everyday life, and the U.S. Mint continued producing enormous quantities of circulating coinage to meet the needs of commerce. Quarters were especially important because they were heavily used in vending machines, parking meters, laundromats, and everyday transactions. The 1995 quarter was struck just a few years before the introduction of the famous state quarters program in 1999. Because of this, it represents one of the final years of the classic Washington quarter design before a major transformation of the series. Today, many collectors view these late-date Washington quarters as the end of an era in American coinage. Although the 1995 P quarter is not considered a key date, it occupies an important place in modern coin collecting because it demonstrates how condition rarity can create significant value even in coins with enormous mintages. Design details. The obverse, or front, of the 1995 P quarter features a portrait of George Washington facing left. The design was created by John Flanagan and first appeared on Washington quarters in 1932. Above Washington's head appears the word Liberty, while the national motto "In God We Trust" is located to the left. The date 1995 appears below the portrait. The reverse, or back, displays a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings. The eagle stands proudly on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing military readiness, while olive branches below represent peace. Around the design are the inscriptions United States of America, EPLUBUSUNUM, and quarter dollar. The coin has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and weighs 5.67 grams. It is composed of a copper core covered by layers of copper-nickel clad metal. The overall composition is approximately 75% copper and 25% nickel on the outer layers, surrounding a pure copper center. The edge is reeded, featuring the familiar grooves seen on modern quarters. One special feature of clad quarters is that when viewed from the edge, a copper-colored stripe can often be seen between the outer nickel layers. Mint mark information. The P mint mark indicates that this coin was produced at the historic Philadelphia Mint in Pennsylvania. By 1995, Philadelphia quarters carried a visible P mint mark located to the right of Washington's ponytail on the obverse. The Philadelphia Mint is one of the oldest and most important minting facilities in the United States. Since the nation's earliest years, it has produced billions of coins for circulation. For the 1995 quarter specifically, the mint mark does not create rarity because Philadelphia produced an enormous number of examples. However, collectors still pay close attention to mint marks because different mints often produce coins with different populations, strike qualities, and rarity levels. If a 1995 quarter appears to have no mint mark, collectors should inspect it carefully. In many cases, wear, damage, grease-filled dies, or weak strikes may make the mint mark difficult to see. Genuine missing mint mark errors would attract considerable collector interest. Mintage numbers. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 1,004,336,000 Washington quarters in 1995. That is more than 1 billion coins. Because of this massive production figure, the 1995 P quarter is considered a common date in circulated grades. Most examples found in pocket change today are worth only face value. However, mintage alone does not determine value. While billions were made, very few survived in nearly flawless condition. This is why certified mint state examples at the highest grades can command substantial premiums. From a collector's standpoint, the 1995 P quarter is classified as common in lower grades, but conditionally rare in elite mint state grades. Value today. The value of a 1995 P quarter depends heavily on condition and whether any mint errors are present. A heavily worn example in poor condition is generally worth its face value of 25 cents. Typical circulated examples usually sell for 25 cents to about $1, depending on eye appeal and local demand. Fine condition examples that show moderate wear are generally worth between 25 cents and $1 because supply remains abundant. Extremely fine examples with only light wear may bring around $1 to $3, especially if they display strong detail and attractive surfaces. Uncirculated examples that have never entered circulation often sell for approximately $5 to $15, depending on grade and certification. Certified mint state examples become much more valuable. Coins graded MS64 may sell around $10, while MS66 examples can reach $25 or more. MS67 specimens frequently sell for several dozen dollars and sometimes exceed $100 depending on market conditions and certification. The most impressive prices occur in the highest known grades. According to major auction records, a 1995 P quarter graded MS-68 sold for $3,600 in a heritage auction sale, demonstrating the dramatic premium collectors will pay for an exceptionally preserved example. These values can change over time based on collector demand, grading standards, and market trends. Rare errors and varieties. Although the standard 1995 P quarter is common, error coins can be significantly more valuable. Collectors search for double die varieties where letters, numbers, or design elements show visible doubling created during die production. Some reported examples have attracted collector attention, although major double die discoveries for this date are limited. Off-center strikes occur when the coin blank is not properly aligned during striking. Depending on how dramatic the error is, values can range from tens to hundreds of dollars. Clipped planchets happen when part of the metal blank is missing before striking, creating a distinctive curved clip. Broad strike errors occur when the collar fails to contain the coin during striking, causing the quarter to spread beyond normal dimensions. Rotated die errors can occur when the obverse and reverse designs are not properly aligned. Die cracks are another collectible variety. These appear as raised lines on the coin caused by cracks in the die itself. Wrong planchet errors are among the most valuable possibilities. If a quarter were mistakenly struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, collectors could pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the rarity and authenticity of the error. Any unusual-looking 1995 P quarter should be examined carefully before being dismissed as damage. Hidden treasure angle. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1995 P quarter is that it can still be found in circulation. Unlike many older collectible coins that disappeared decades ago, this coin remains common enough that examples occasionally turn up in pocket change, coin rolls from banks, inherited collections, estate sales, forgotten jars, dresser drawers, and old storage boxes. Most discoveries will be worth only face value, but collectors continue searching because exceptional mint state examples and legitimate mint errors remain possible finds. Many valuable modern coins have been discovered by people who simply took the time to examine their change more carefully than everyone else. Collector tips. Before selling a 1995 P quarter, always inspect it under good lighting. Look for strong luster, sharp details, unusual strike characteristics, and any potential mint errors. Never clean the coin. This is one of the biggest mistakes beginners make. Even gentle cleaning can create hairline scratches that permanently reduce value and make the coin less attractive to collectors. If the coin appears exceptionally well preserved, consider professional grading through respected third-party grading services. Authentication and grading can significantly increase buyer confidence. Store valuable examples in protective holders, coin flips, capsules, or certified slabs. Avoid humid environments and excessive handling, as fingerprints and environmental damage can lower grades over time. Investment potential. The 1995 P quarter is not generally viewed as a major investment coin in ordinary circulated condition because of its enormous mintage. However, high-grade certified examples have demonstrated strong collector demand. Modern coin collectors increasingly focus on condition rarity. As more people build registry sets and compete for top-graded coins, the finest known examples often experience price appreciation. While no one can guarantee future values, elite-grade 1995 P quarters have already proven that rarity at the highest quality levels can create significant premiums. For collectors willing to search carefully, the challenge of finding a near-perfect specimen remains part of the appeal. Fun fact. Amazingly, more than 1 billion 1995 P quarters were struck, making it one of the largest quarter mintages of the decade. The 1995 quarter was produced only 4 years before the launch of the revolutionary State Quarters program that transformed modern coin collecting in the United States. Most people spend 1995p quarters without noticing them, yet a tiny number of nearly flawless examples have sold for thousands of dollars. Many collectors consider modern Washington quarters some of the best examples of condition rarity, where common coins become valuable simply because perfect examples are so difficult to find. The famous auction sale of an MS-68 specimen for $3,600 surprised many collectors who assumed a common modern quarter could never reach such a price. YouTube ending. So what do you think about the 1995p Washington quarter? At first glance it may look like just another ordinary quarter, but now you know that condition, rarity, and mint errors can turn a common coin into a highly collectible treasure. The next time you check your pocket change, search through a coin jar, or open an old family collection, take a closer look at every 1995p quarter you find. You never know when an overlooked coin could be hiding exceptional value. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, valuable error coins, and hidden treasure stories. Also tell us in the comments, have you ever found a 1995p quarter and what condition was it in? Keep checking your coins because the next valuable find could already be in your pocket right now. Next coin. The 1990p Washington quarter is one of those coins that millions of Americans handled every day without giving it a second thought. Yet today, this seemingly ordinary quarter has become a fascinating collectible for coin hunters, roll searchers, and numismatists. While most examples are worth only face value, certain high-grade specimens and rare error coins can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That possibility is exactly why collectors continue searching through old coin jars, bank rolls, estate collections, and forgotten boxes, looking for an exceptional 1990p quarter. The letter P on this coin indicates it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Because Philadelphia produced hundreds of millions of these quarters, the coin is generally common. However, as experienced collectors know, rarity is not always about mintage alone. Condition, strike quality, preservation, and unusual mint errors can transform an ordinary quarter into a highly desirable collectible. Full history. The 1990p quarter belongs to the long-running Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932. The coin was originally created to honor the 200th anniversary of the birth of America's first president, George Washington. The design proved so popular that it became a permanent part of U.S. coinage. By 1990, the United States was entering a new decade. The Cold War was ending, technology was advancing rapidly, and the U.S. Mint continued producing billions of coins for everyday commerce. Quarters were especially important because they were heavily used in vending machines, laundromats, parking meters, and countless daily transactions. The Washington quarter had already undergone significant changes by 1990. Earlier quarters minted from 1932 through 1964 contained 90% silver. Rising silver prices forced the mint to change the composition in 1965 to a copper-nickel clad format. The 1990p quarter, therefore, contains no silver despite looking similar to earlier issues. For collectors, the late 1980s and early 1990s quarters represent an interesting period because they were produced in enormous quantities, yet truly flawless examples remain surprisingly difficult to find. Most entered circulation immediately and accumulated contact marks, scratches, and wear. As a result, top-quality examples certified by professional grading services command strong premiums today. Design details. The obverse, or front side, features a left-facing portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan. Above Washington appears the word Liberty. The motto, "In God We Trust," is positioned to the left of the portrait, while the date, 1990, appears below. The reverse, or backside, also designed by Flanagan, displays a majestic eagle with wings spread. The eagle is perched on a bundle of arrows symbolizing military readiness, while olive branches below represent peace. Around the outer edge appear the inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar. The national motto, EPLUBUSUNUM, is placed above the eagle. The coin's technical specifications include a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, a weight of 5.67 grams, and a reeded edge. The composition consists of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This clad composition became standard for circulating quarters after 1965. One special feature collectors often examine is the sharpness of Washington's hair details and the eagle's feathers. Strongly struck examples are generally more desirable than weakly struck pieces. Mint mark information. The P mint mark on the 1990 quarter identifies the Philadelphia Mint as its place of manufacture. Interestingly, for much of American history, Philadelphia coins carried no mint mark at all. However, beginning in 1980, the mint started placing the P mint mark on circulating quarters. On the 1990 quarter, the mint mark can be found on the obverse side, just to the right of Washington's ponytail and above the date. Collectors pay close attention to mint marks because coins from different facilities can have different mintages, strike qualities, and rarity levels. For the 1990 quarter series, Philadelphia and Denver produced circulation strikes, while San Francisco produced proof coins for collectors. The 1990 P is not considered a rare mint mark issue, but exceptional examples in top grades remain highly sought after. Mintage numbers. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 613,792,000 Washington quarters in 1990. This is an enormous mintage by any standard. Because so many were struck, the 1990 P quarter is classified as a common date rather than a scarce or key date coin. However, collectors should remember that survival in perfect condition is a completely different matter. While hundreds of millions were minted, relatively few survive in superb gem condition with virtually no contact marks. Those high-grade survivors are where significant collector value begins to appear. Value today. The value of a 1990 P quarter depends heavily on condition and whether any significant mint error is present. A heavily worn example in poor condition is generally worth its face value of 25 cents. Most circulated examples found in pocket change, coin jars, or bank rolls are worth approximately 25 cents to 50 cents. Fine condition examples typically remain near face value because of the enormous mintage. Extremely fine examples showing only light wear may bring around 50 cents to a few dollars depending on eye appeal and collector demand. About uncirculated specimens can sell for a few dollars, especially if they retain strong luster. Uncirculated examples generally range from about $5 to $20 or more depending on grade and certification. In mint state grades such as MS65 and MS66, values can rise substantially. High-end certified pieces have sold for tens or even hundreds of dollars. The real excitement begins at the highest certified levels. According to PCGS records, a 1990 P quarter graded MS67 achieved an auction record of approximately $1,625. Other premium certified examples have realized over $1,000 at major auctions when exceptional quality, tunning, and rarity at grade were involved. Rare errors and varieties. Although the standard 1990 P quarter is common, collectors actively search for error coins. Double die errors can show doubling in letters, numbers, or design elements. Genuine examples can command significant premiums depending on visibility. Off-center strikes occur when the planchet is improperly positioned during striking. Dramatic off-center examples often attract strong collector interest. Clipped planchets result when part of the metal blank is missing before striking. These unusual shapes are highly collectible. Broad strike errors occur when the collar fails to contain the coin during striking, producing a wider than normal appearance. Rotated die errors happen when the obverse and reverse designs are not properly aligned. Die cracks can appear as raised lines across the coin and sometimes become dramatic enough to attract collectors. Wrong planchet strikes occur when a quarter design is accidentally struck on metal intended for another denomination. These are among the most valuable modern mint errors. Collectors should always verify unusual-looking coins through reputable experts, because damage after leaving the mint can sometimes mimic genuine errors. Hidden treasure angle. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1990p quarter is that examples can still be found almost anywhere. Because more than 613 million were produced, many remain in circulation today. Coin roll hunters regularly encounter 1990p quarters when searching bank rolls. Estate sales, inherited collections, old piggy banks, dresser drawers, and forgotten storage boxes are also excellent sources. While finding an ordinary example is easy, discovering a high-grade uncirculated specimen or a significant mint error is far more challenging. That possibility keeps collectors searching year after year. Some of the best discoveries occur when people open old mint sets that have remained untouched since 1990. These coins often retain original luster and may have a chance at receiving premium grades. Collector tips. Before selling any 1990p quarter, carefully examine the coin under good lighting. Look for strong luster, minimal scratches, sharp strike details, and any unusual features that could indicate an error. Never clean the coin. Cleaning is one of the fastest ways to destroy collector value. Even a gentle wipe can leave hairline scratches that professional graders immediately recognize. If you believe your coin is exceptionally well preserved, consider professional grading through major services such as PCGS or NGC. Store valuable coins in archival quality holders, flips, capsules, or albums designed specifically for coin preservation. Avoid humid environments and direct handling of coin surfaces. Investment potential. The 1990p quarter is not generally considered a major investment coin in average condition because so many were produced. However, the story changes dramatically when discussing top population examples and significant mint errors. Demand remains steady among Washington quarter collectors who seek complete date-and mint sets. The growing popularity of coin roll hunting and online coin collecting communities has also increased interest in modern clad coinage. Future value growth is most likely for superb certified examples in the highest mint state grades and for dramatic mint errors. Average circulated examples are unlikely to experience significant appreciation. Collectors who focus on quality rather than quantity usually have the best long-term results. Fun fact: many people assume every older quarter contains silver, but the 1990p quarter contains no silver at all. More than 613 million examples were produced, yet coins grading at the very highest levels remain surprisingly scarce. A quarter worth only 25 cents in circulation has sold for more than $1,600 because of its exceptional condition. The Washington quarter design remained largely unchanged from 1932 until the launch of the state quarters program in 1999, making the 1990p one of the last examples of the classic eagle reverse era. Many collectors overlook modern quarters, which means valuable high-grade discoveries can still happen today. YouTube ending. So what do you think? Could a simple 1990p Washington quarter hiding in your pocket change actually be worth far more than 25 cents? While most examples remain common, the right combination of outstanding condition, rare mint errors, and professional grading can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's prize worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Take a close look at every 1990p quarter you find. Check your coin jars, bank rolls, old collections, inherited boxes, and forgotten drawers. You never know when a hidden gem might appear. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, valuable era coins, and hidden treasure hunts from the world of numismatics. And before you leave, go check your quarters right now. You might already own a coin that collectors are searching for today.